Hello, Zaec. We are here with you now. This is the collective of Atrioun. And in today's transmission, we are going to speak on what it means to use every single moment to express the most authentic version of yourself, as authentic expression is, in fact, the reason why you have chosen to embody here on the physical plane at this specific time during humanity's ascension. Humanity's ascension is a phase of humanity in which humanity is becoming increasingly interested in expressing authentically. And so in today's transmission, we wish to bring clarity to this topic of ascension through authentic expression. You, the viewer, here on this transmission at this time, is here because your primary motivation or reason for incarnating is to know what it means to express the authentic essence of your soul while here in the physical human form. You are here to bring the essence or frequency of the higher celestial realm, which is where your spirit exists, into the physical domain, into or onto the earth plane. And as you do this, as you bring more and more of your spirit's vibration into your human form, you will know what it means to bring heaven to earth. You will know what it means to lead others, that is, to lead humanity through its inevitable process of ascension. And so in today's transmission, we wish for you to gain a more holistic or a more well-rounded understanding of your specific purpose here on the earth plane at this time. We have spoken on the topic of your life's purpose in other transmissions. And while your life's purpose can take on very specific expressions, it can include very specific vocations or professions, we wish to clarify the true essence of your purpose by understanding authenticity. Authenticity is, in fact, the most clear expression or understanding of your purpose that we can impart to you today. So when you are living your life in any normal moment, any moment that you would consider to be routine or otherwise unimportant, is in fact the moment that you are given to practice being the very essence of your soul, to practice expressing the very essence of your soul in the moment. And so we would wish for you to hold each and every moment in your mind, in your awareness, with importance, with value. We would wish for you to value the moment, as it is the moment where you are tested, where you are challenged to bring your authentic expression into the earth plane. It can only come through the present moment. And so look at how you are using the present moment. Are you using it to bring your conditioned human expression into the moment, onto the earth plane? Or are you using it to bring something new, something you have not yet fully discovered, onto the earth plane? That which you have yet to fully discover is the highest potential of your soul's essence. The highest potential of your soul's essence is shown through how you choose to use the moment, and is only shown or only expressed, only given to the moment if you have the courage. If you have the courage and bravery to show to another person what you have been previously in fear of showing. Look back at previous moments that you have your conscious awareness of. What comes to mind when you think of moments in your past when you would have had the courage to say something, to be something, to express something that you may have thought unusual, that another person may have thought this is uncharacteristic of this person? But in that moment, had you had the courage to express that which you had thought is unusual about yourself, but real, if you had had the courage to do that, how much more in love with yourself would you fall simply having the courage to express a unique part of yourself. It is in this unique expression, this bold expression, that you come into closer understanding, deeper relationship with your soul essence. That is you being authentic. That is you being courageous. That is you being bold. That is you being the new earth in the present moment. The new earth is authentic expression. That's what the higher frequencies are. The higher frequencies are love. The higher frequencies involve you loving yourself. And to love yourself is to show what is real for you in the moment to another. You're not doing this to impress another. You're not doing this to even show another what you think needs to be shown. You're doing this to discover who you truly are. You're doing this for yourself. And as a consequence of doing this for yourself, others are then able to witness what it is like when a soul lives in courage, when a soul lives in self-love. And when another person has the ability, the opportunity to witness what authentic expression looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, they have the ability to be inspired. And through that inspiration, are they then led down through the very same pathway by their soul to express authentically? This authentic expression is nothing more than self-love. Self-love is what you will master. Self-love is what you will know as your way of being, because it takes self-love to show the real you. It is simply a journey of courageously showing the real you. How do you show the real you? Well, you can do that in any given moment, as we've shared, by sharing and expressing something that you would have otherwise felt hesitant to share. You could know the real you. You could love the real you by having the courage to follow a life path and purpose that you know in your heart of hearts feels right and true and authentic to you, that may have been judged by another person, by a family member, who may not fully understand why you feel driven down a particular professional pathway. This is a journey of honoring yourself. Honoring oneself can take any shape or form. You have free reign. You have a blank slate, if you will. You have free will with how you are meant to discover what your pathway of authentic expression involves. Your pathway is supposed to look different from everyone else's. Your pathway is unique to you, and it's already within you. It is, as you might say, encoded within your very DNA. The ending of that pathway is already encoded. And so therefore, you need not spend any energy, any time in worry, doubt, or fear as to whether or not you even have some destination or end game to discover. It's already there. It's already there, and all you require is the courage. This is all you need. All you need is the courage to listen to what's speaking through the heart. You need the discernment to practice listening to how the heart communicates. What feels appropriate for you? What feels true for you? This is what's authentic. What's authentic is what's most important to you. What's authentic is what God is giving to you as a gift for you to open, for you to enjoy. But you can only open it, you can only enjoy it if you have the discernment to listen to how the gift is being given. If you have the courage to then follow through on opening that gift and sharing that gift with others. Because if you decide that you have a specific life purpose in the form of a vocation, a profession, some way in which you want to be in service to others, and you realize that this This impulse, this inspiration, this idea that you have is unusual. And maybe you've shared it in the past with others and it's been met with judgment or ridicule, condemnation of some form. And listening to fear, you've then thought, nah, that's not something that I should follow. Because if I do, I'm only going to encounter more judgment, more condemnation. Despite the fact that you know it feels authentic to you. When you think about it, it feels good. When you think about it, ideas flow. You become inspired. You feel driven naturally without trying to force yourself. These are all the ways in which your heart, your higher self, is speaking to you, giving you clues that are very easy to discern if only you have the courage to honor that they are, in fact, messages from your higher self. That this goodness of feeling that you're aware of, that you feel in your mind, in your body, that the motivation or drive that you're able to tap into that leads to action when you think about that impulse, that inspiration, that is God speaking to you through your inspiration. And if you have the courage to let go of needing the approval and validation of other people, and you have the audacity to listen only to that heart's desire and follow through on the feeling that you feel, the goodness, the excitement, the aliveness, if you have the courage to follow through on that, and only that, you will lead to your most highest timeline. That is your highest timeline. And so then you will shift to that timeline when you have the courage to follow it. You have the trust and the choice to surrender, to let go of needing to know everything before you take action. If you have the courage to listen to what's inside of you, and you choose to surrender, needing to know more details before you take action, and you simply act in faith, you will be living your highest timeline. That is your highest timeline. You're not intended to have all of the answers, all of the details prior to taking action. All you need is trust. Trust to take one step forward, put one foot in front of the other, and have the faith that as you make that step, the very next step that is required for you to know in order to take the next action is going to appear. It's going to appear in some form. Another intuition, another impulse, another inspiration, a chance conversation, what may seem as a random or chance conversation, when in fact everything is being orchestrated. Everything is being orchestrated from the higher realms, led by your higher self, guided through your heart's desire. You have to discern, you have to listen to it, you have to become aware of what feels good, and you have to have the courage to teach yourself that it's safe to trust what feels right and true for you. As you develop this relationship with your higher self, with your heart's desire, you will notice more of these impulses. You will notice more of the ways in which your higher self communicates to you. You will notice more synchronicities, more organization through and from the field around you, providing you with more clarity as to what you're here to do next and why you're here. And so this is a process of simply noticing, watching, listening, discerning how that communication is coming through you, what it feels like, what it sounds like, what it looks like. Noticing the patterns that appear in front of you. Signposts, different signs, different indications. Overhearing a conversation that may seem random, but you hear something at the right time, in the right moment, in the right place. And it's like, that's exactly what I needed to hear because I had a question on this very topic. And that which I just heard has given me more clarity. That's the next step that can appear before you. And when you have that, all you have to do is take the next action. And this is a process that repeats. More and more faith and trust is built, the more you simply trust that you're not doing this alone. You are guided the entire time. Everything is organizing in your favor. Everything. You simply have to understand that that's the way that reality operates. And as you do this, you will be building such trust, such faith, such devotion to this way of manifesting. You will continue to move forward, and it will feel effortless. This is what it means to live life effortlessly. It is to live in trust and faith that it's not all up to you. You're simply a cog in the wheel. You're simply one piece in this great design, this grand design, the divine plan, you may call it, that is being birthed within you on a moment-to-moment basis. It's happening in real time. And so you just have to get out of the way. You just have to start watching and listening more, noticing how the communication comes through you, comes to you. Start to notice patterns. As you notice more patterns, you will notice more patterns because your reticular activating system, that little space in your brain, will become trained to notice more communication. And as you notice it, you'll have more faith, you'll have more trust, and you'll have more boldness of action. And all of a sudden, you'll wind up realizing that God, that Creator, your higher self, is doing it all through you. You're simply a vessel. You're simply a vessel for your authentic expression. This pathway that we've shared with you right now of listening, trusting, surrendering, acting in faith, living in the present moment is how you shine authentically. Trust in what's being given to you in your awareness, in your body, and start following through. You have to follow through on it. As you follow through on what you become aware of, do you then close the loop? You then embody, you bring into your body the felt and lived sense of knowing what was just given to you in an inspiration. When you receive an inspiration to go somewhere, to do something, to meet someone, to follow through on an idea, when you receive that inspiration, you must then take some form of action. And when you do, you will then know the meaning of what you were just given through inspiration. It will have become physical. This is when it's embodied. When it's embodied, you close the loop and you've then built trust. You've established trust because you had the courage to act on an inspiration, and through the action did you then know trust. And now you're building trust instead of building self-doubt. Self-doubt is built when you hear the call, when you receive the inspiration, but you don't act. And so what you're doing in that moment is teaching yourself to discard the inspiration that flows through you. All you must do is have the courage to act, and you will build a very firm and strong foundation of self-trust. This has been our teaching for you, Zaec's Collective, at this time. And we thank you for this opportunity and would encourage your collective at this time to take bold action. Listen to what is in your heart. Listen to what is being given to you in your inspirations and simply move. Simply move on what you're being guided to move on, and you will know trust as yourself. We thank you for this opportunity and look forward to our next moment to be with your collective. Be well. This is a beautiful message on self-trust, what it means to embody your authentic self. And I love the simplicity of today's teaching, which is to get out of the own way, essentially, one's own way. This has been one of my biggest challenges. I really feel like this message was for me in a big way as well today. To simply get out of your own way by realizing that you do have a higher self. that is always there, has full awareness of the entire pathway from A to Z, and is always filling your awareness with inspiration. And as soon as you act on it, you build trust. You start to know that, hey, I can actually trust on the ideas that are coming through. I can trust on the rightness or appropriateness of the feelings that I feel when I'm interacting with something or someone. And if I have the courage to express it, to act on it in some way, to bring it into the physical, then I'm going to be building a strong foundation of self-trust. And that is your authentic self. So I want to thank you for joining us on today's transmission. Leave a comment down below. Share with me how you resonated, what your takeaway was from today's transmission. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.